Have we heard anything, Tony, in regards to whether there have been, because of recent statistics, any kind of adjustments to how the approach is going to be in this next phase? Anything like that coming out?
We don't generally get to hear stuff from Ohio State here during this pandemic, and so we did get a release from them yesterday or the day before saying this was that they were indeed going to go to this next phase of the 20-hour work week. But in terms of changing anything, I know the NCAA has had their suggestions about have the same 5, 6, 7 guys practice against the same 5, 6, 7 guys in pods, but I don't know that Ohio State has given us any kind of information like that. It would make sense. Now, I don't think it would be wise to have all 4 of your quarterbacks in the same room during meeting times, which they can meet up to 6 hours per week right now. They can work out. They do strength and conditioning 8 hours per week, meetings 6 hours per week, and up to 6 hours of walkthroughs, which have now included the football. But I don't know that they're doing anything. Kevin, you may know, it's not like we're being kept in the dark from Ohio State, but we're also not being given much light.
Yeah, as I said on the show either last week or the week before, they seem to think that by giving us numbers or anything, we will backward engineer it into knowing not only what players are sick, but their social security numbers and their Twitter passwords. So, yeah, I'd say they've been keeping us in the dark a little to a certain extent. But, it'll be interesting when we do get that next first access to kind of see what it is that we get out of this move to the 20-hour week as they work toward, quote unquote, this August 7th date if they do start on September 5th. As we hear other conferences maybe looking at starting on the 12th or the 19th or the 26th or whatever. Will they change the start of when we can go to fall practice because of that, or will it just kind of be we're desperate times call for desperate measures, and we'll just do a rolling start to where everybody starts on the 7th or whatnot. But they certainly have not been one of the more open and forthcoming programs out there in terms of sharing information right now as they're transitioning from step to step. And with what we have, with what started today, certainly was like the smallest of morsels, and we all were more than happy to gobble it up.
And the Michigan sent out their release I think today of their COVID findings. They do one a week. I believe Ohio State tests their players on Monday. The fact that they, continued with this next phase today tells us that the testing went well, or certainly didn't go bad. We don't know what a bad number is. We don't know, is it 8? Is it 10? Is it 12? Is it 1? Is it 3? We don't know. It's so, and we may never know if Ohio State has anything to say about it. But at least we're getting to this point. I thought we would have a Big Ten schedule by now. I thought we would have an actual football schedule. So I know Gene Smith had talked about possibly playing week 0. I don't see that happening now because you're going to have this 20-hour work week would have had to start last week for some teams, and I don't believe that it did. Or you're only going to get 1 week of this 20-hour work week to get your 4 weeks of camp started. When you talk about going to September 12th or the 19th, I don't know why that. I don't know what that helps. You're not doing anything. You're just pushing stuff back, hoping it's better by then. And why would it be? So start on time, and that gives you freedom to pause a week or two. If you skip these first 2 weeks of the season, September 5th and September 12th, and just be like, let's start on the 19th, maybe things will be better, you've cost yourself that flexibility. So I'm waiting for the Big Ten to get this thing going, because if you want to play 10 games and you're going to do it in now 13 weeks because we're not going to see week 0, And then you decide, you know what, let's start on September 19th, and now you're going to do 10 games in 11 weeks. Where did your flexibility go? You know, so you have, if it's so important to have flexibility, you better get started like September 5th. You can't wait past that, or else you're costing yourself the very thing that you value most, and that's the flexibility.
Yeah, in addition to gaining control of just the conference season, that seemed to be what the Big Ten was doing in announcing ahead of time before anybody else that they were dictating what their season was going to be. No non-conference games, 10 conference games. We'll decide that they could get that announced, get the kids on campus, start the season early to build the flexibility during the season. But as you say, we're July 24th, week 0 was August 29th. So typically everybody else starts a week after that. Therefore, everybody goes to camp on August 1st. So we're sitting exactly a week prior to. So if everybody else in the Big Ten is on campus as the Buckeyes are today, we're still okay for a week 0, correct? If I'm doing the math.
They would have to, they conceivably they could, but they wouldn't get the 2 weeks of this 20-hour spring practice thing. And is this the most important thing? No, but it's still something. Can you get a week done? Is a week better than nothing? Yes. 2 weeks better than 1 week? Yes. I don't see them skipping a week to start week 0 now.